The Legend of Zelda has some of the best stories in gaming, with complex storylines, amazing characters, and areas of the world to connect with. However, everyone thinks they know what the best opening in Zelda is. But what if I told you the one that hits the hardest isn't the one that changed the formula, it's the one that perfected it. Zelda openings aren't just about waking up in a village anymore, they're about mystery, tone, and the exact moment you realise that something is very wrong. From the eerie tension of Majora's Mask, to the storybook charm of Wind Waker, and to the quiet, haunting build-up of The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Every Zelda game starts with a moment that pulls you in, but one opening does something different. It doesn't just introduce you to the adventure, it drops you straight into the consequences of it. And once you realise what's happening, it completely changes how you see the entire game. This is my top 10 greatest Zelda openings of all time, and trust me, number 1 earns it. Number 10, Link's Awakening. The Link's Awakening opening is really one of a kind, starting with a striking hand-drawn animation of Link battling the storms while sailing the open seas. This instantly creates a cloud of mystery. Why? Where? How? So many questions. Then boom, a massive lightning strike hits and we cut to the beach. We then see Marin walking across and finding Link unconscious upon the sand. She shakes to wake him up. We soon find out that we're on the island of Koho-Lint, and we need to figure out all of its mysteries. But first, we need our sword. Working our way back down to the beach to find this, we encounter an owl. Thank God it's not this one. They inform us that we are a courageous lad that has come to wake the windfish. It is said that we cannot leave the island unless we wake the windfish. All of this just creates an air of complete mystery with a brand new world to explore and unlock. It was a fantastic start to a game. It later transpires that we are caught in the windfish dream and we need to wake him with 8 instruments to return to our own reality in Hyrule. And that's it. You're hooked. Absolutely fantastic. Number 9, Minish Cap. Minish Cap starts with a story about the Picori and how they bestowed the hero of men and Hyrule a sword and its golden light to steal away darkness. This is while showing some beautiful stained glass window artwork to accompany it. We then move on to Link escorting Zelda to the Picori festival, establishing early that Link and Zelda have a good relationship and how she is so excited. Cut to later and Vati has won the combat competition and wins the prize of touching the sacred Picori blade. Little did they know that he was a sorcerer and breaks it open, unleashing a box of evil onto the world, turning Zelda to stone in the process and setting up the entire story that is to come. And what a story it turns out to be. Number 8, the Ocarina of Time. With the introduction of the first 3D Zelda game came a great introduction to a new adventure, starting with us dreaming of the conflict to come with Ganon and chasing Zelda, and then striking Link. This then cuts to a fantastic POV of Navi flying across the cozy village of Kokori, and eventually waking Link and informing him that he needs to see the Great Deku Tree, learning along the way that you are indeed not a child of the forest, but an outcast from Hyrule. Kokiri is a safe space for you to learn the game and connect with the people of the forest. You then progress to the Deku Tree, informs you of the impending doom, and that you are the one to save them through a sequence of great cutscenes that set the story that's laid before you. With this being the first 3D game, as I said, this really hit home. It was a fantastic way to start a game. Number 7, Skyward Sword. The opening of Skyward Sword is one that stands out in many ways. It starts with a cinematic and unique caveman on the walls type artwork depicting the story of the fissure in the world that released evil onto it. In search for the Triforce, they lay waste to the land and its people. The goddess Hylia used her power to seal away the evil after raising part of the planet into the sky to protect the people. This part of the land was later named Skyloft and is where our adventure begins. This is where Skyward Sword shows us why its opening is so good, establishing early the relationship between Link and Zelda as close friends. It was fantastic. In most other titles, Zelda and Link have little to no prior relationship, making this one truly hit. Then while exploring this new island in the sky, you see a bustling world full of unique characters and peaceful tone. It really sets the story that is to come. Establishing early the relationship between Link and Zelda is the most important feature of this opening, because when the stakes turn to saving her, we are fully invested in doing so. It's not saving a stranger or a princess, it's saving your best friend and possible love. It's just amazing. Oh, and we can fly, and that's just a great opening in my books. Number 6, Twilight Princess. While Twilight Princess opening is very long, and it's usually one of the negative points towards the game, isolating the start of this game for what it is though, is unbelievably good. Planting Link in this mundane life of a goat herder, doing normal day-to-day activities, really showing the peaceful calm before the storm. It really sets you in that false sense of security mode before it all goes to going about your daily job of pushing a load of goats into a shed, talking to the children of the village and helping a local pregnant lady, making you wait to set out your adventure to Hyrule. But instead, in a sudden turn of events, the adventure comes to you, completely flipping the story on its head. When a band of creatures comes and kidnaps Ilia, and knocks the out of Link. Waking up to go and save Ilia, he runs into a massive black wall and is abruptly pulled into the Twilight Realm, and then watching Link dramatically change into a wolf. For those who have played this many times, this may become tedious, but for an opening to a game, it was simply amazing. Number 5, Breath of the Wild. The Breath of the Wild opening was like nothing we'd ever seen before. Shrouded in mystery, it gave you that full sense of exploration. Waking up in the Shrine of Resurrection with only a voice to guide you outside. Then you are shown the cinematic wide shot of the world of Hyrule that's laid before you. Simply beautiful and very intriguing. You progress around the Great Plateau learning all the new abilities and how the nature of this new game will play out. Survival, creativity, and a very subtle story that gives you the need to learn more. While you wander around this area, you will learn that exploration is the key to finding everything that you need. No linear path laid out for you, everything is what you make of it. And for that, it was simply amazing. Number 4, A Link to the Past. A Link to the Past is widely known for one of the greatest introductions to a Zelda game around, starting the game with a small story of how the Golden Land was fought over for the power that was hidden within. Eventually, an evil power began to flow from this Golden Land, and the king ordered to seal this power away, never to be found again, until we move to the present day, where a mysterious wizard found the king and began to take down the descendants of the wise men who sealed it away all those years ago. With Zelda being the only one left, she informs Link in a dream that she needs saving from the castle dungeon. This is where the game begins to show its colours. Link's uncle makes for the castle and we follow behind. With rain lashing down and somber music playing, we are landed straight into the middle of the conflict. No cutscenes or drawn out tutorial, just pure adventure. Reaching the castle, we find the uncle lay slumped on a wall near his end, and he gives us the sword and shield and tells us we must go on and save the princess, of which we do. This introduction is just amazing and a great way to land you right in the thick of everything. Number 3, Majora's Mask. When we talk about openings to games, we never forget the strange and wild one that is Majora's Mask. As with the rest of the game, the peculiar nature of the start is what hooks you instantly. Link is travelling through the forest in search of Navi, when all of a sudden he is knocked off his horse by the Skull Kid and robbed of all his possessions. We give chase and fall into a big pit, crossing into the unknown land of Termina. Here, the Skull Kid uses his power of the Majora's Mask to turn Link into a Deku Scrub. With no time to waste, we are forced together with our new companion and bitchy fairy, Taddle. Quickly, we found ourselves in Clock Town, greeted by the Happy Mask Salesman. Quite frankly, one of the weirdest characters in Zelda ever, hitting us with the line that lives in everyone's memory: "You have met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" This combination of events is everything you need to hook someone to the game and story. It was amazing. Number 2, Wind Waker. I am a massive sucker for Zelda intros with lore attached to them in some sort of artistic style, and Wind Waker is the top of that list, setting the stage for the story that's to come and the story that came before, with unbelievable music and storytelling to fit. It is hands down the best. And after that, I'm also a sucker for a story where Link's motivation for the game isn't to save a princess or a stranger, and with Wind Waker it does just that. Waking up on your birthday with a quiet little island of Outset and your sister, yes, Link has a family in this one, telling you to go and see your grandma. She in turn gives you the green tunic for your coming of age. All of a sudden you see a giant bird fly over the island and drop an unexpected passenger into the forest above, going to investigate and see if you can help said person. All is saved until we see Link's sister captured by the same bird and flown away. This story is about saving family and not the world. With a tough choice to leave and find your sister, you have a moment of sadness of leaving your home and grandma to set out on this venture. It was almost flawless. Number 1, Tears of the Kingdom. The introduction to the Tears of the Kingdom has all the pieces of the puzzle to grab you instantly. Zelda and Link are slowly descending into the tunnels beneath the Hyrule Castle in search of what's causing the gloom that is coming from below. Along the way, there is mysterious things that point towards the Zonai and their past. As they come to the source of the gloom, they are greeted with a mummified body held suspended by a glowing green arm and a swirling light. Mystery is everywhere. Fast forward and the stakes have skyrocketed, and as we fail to catch Zelda, she falls into a pit of darkness and disappears in a flash, only for us to be saved by that green floating arm. Later, after passing out from the injuries from the conflict before, we wake up on the island in the sky and somehow Nintendo managed to take Breath of the Wild's opening cinematic title drop and smash it to pieces. They produced one of the best title drops in gaming history. This is everything you needed to set you on your journey and hook you instantly. Even the Sky Islands are an improvement from the Great Plateau, keeping the mystery of where these islands have come from and how they're here, and adding a magnitude of new abilities to Link to play with. It was absolutely stunning. That was my top 10 openings, and trust me, they were really hard to choose. So please let me know in the comments what your favourites are. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content just like this. Also, I stream on Monday, Wednesday and Fridays on the Purple side, where we do all sorts of randomizers and brand new mods for Zelda. For now, that's all from me, and thank you for watching. Rusty out.